Yo, yo, KP, you hear me?
You're
Yo, yo,
what it do?
what's the deal? What's the
That
deal?
shit was crazy. We just
For
had
real, man.
that royalty versus Truthful. That shit was ridiculous.
Yep. Shouts to both of them, man. Shouts to Truthful for coming out, man. Shouts to Royalty for putting on a great performance, man. That really was one of the better performances I've seen from him, man. A real step up from some of the other stuff that he's been doing. Um, but yeah, man, he it's one of those ones where he's like getting better progressively every single round. Didn't really take the foot off the gas. He just rode the momentum, man. That's what you want.
Yeah, facts. I really like how that Kobe scheme at the end. That shit was ridiculous.
Oh yeah, the one that I
60
liked the
on the
most,
way out.
60 on the way out. The one that I liked, the one that I liked was in his second round where he said, "My pops told me to cut out the excess because you can die over something extra small." Shit,
Yeah, he was cooking, man.
that was a good one,
Shout out to
man.
everybody watching the stream.
Yep.
Share the broadcast. Let me share this shit right now.
Shouts to everybody coming through. But yeah, man. I
Big
mean,
facts.
I wish Truffaut would have got through his material. We really could have had a classic on our hands if he had gotten through his material. I know he's one of the better up and comers from the Midwest. So this one was definitely really hyped up. A little disappointing that he wasn't able to get his stuff out, but hopefully we can get him back. I know he's gonna want to to get back on the ride and put on another performance and kind of earn his respect back. So hopefully we can get him out here and do something like that again. Who's on the chat? Hey, yo, Jay, what's the fucking deal? Yeah, man. But Royalty did his thing, man. I want to see him. He needs a. I think he needs a bigger test, honestly. Royalty can definitely use a bigger test. I don't know if anybody in the chat want to throw up some names up there, man. I'm thinking he can. The obvious ones, you can get some guys like Snake Eyes in there, something like that. Royalty versus Snake Eyes would be crazy. Some other guys who've been on the ride before, like Eazy, would be a crazy name for him. Um, but I think he needs one of those tests where it's kind of a style clash. Like I'd love to see him go up against like a Loso or a Street Hymns or something like that. A Ward, somebody like that who could really put his pen in a different direction. That'd be really crazy. KP, where you at, man? Here we go. He's coming back
I'm
in.
back, bro.
There we
I'm
go. You
back.
back? You good?
Yeah, I'm back, man. They talking about royalty versus clean paper. Shout out to Mailman, dog. Mailman.
Mm,
Shout out to
that'd be
my
crazy, man.
Mailman.
That would be crazy. Royalty versus clean paper versus crazy. Looks like Knowledge put up there said royalty versus bad news would be crazy. I was just saying. I was just saying. I don't know if you heard KP. I was saying how we can see him versus a guy like Snake Eyes, a guy like Eazy. But I really want to see him in a style clash, more like let him go up against one of those. Let him go up against like a Loso or a Ward or a Street Hymns. Really get in with like someone with a completely different approach than what he brings to the table. So stay away from the street dudes for a second and get into like one of those Christian dudes who can, push his pen in a different direction.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I sent
And then,
Royalty a link.
also
Hopefully
shout
he
out to
pulls up.
yeah, shout out to True Dog. I'm gonna get True back out here ASAP. He definitely
Yeah.
gotta fucking redeem himself. I know he wants to
Yeah.
bad.
Yep. Facts. Maybe get Truffaut against somebody like Hansel or something like that, man. Another up and comer. Let Hansel prove himself. Let Truffaut prove himself again. I definitely want to see Truffaut back, man. The black forces, man. That's a signature move of all signature moves right there, man. The black forces.
Nah, facts. Yeah, when them things come out, like it's problems. Like it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
a movie. Like I was, I that shit was crazy. Like when True started fucking up, because I know True had his material down. I know he
Mm-hmm.
did. Like I know he felt confident in what he had.
Yeah, man, whether it's
But
the
yeah,
prep
man.
or
But
the nerves or whatever it may be, man, these things happen. but we definitely got to get him another shot. I think he can rock a room as good as anybody. So, you know, definitely getting him another look in there would be hopefully in the near future we can get that popping.
Hell yeah, man. We're gonna keep these Christmas drops coming. We got 2 dropping tomorrow. I don't know which 2 is dropping
Ooh.
tomorrow. You know, get in the comments what battle y'all want. Dropping for y'all
Eli the
Christmas
Mayor,
Day drop.
Trey Dennis.
Yeah.
We need something,
Yeah,
man. We
we're
need
gonna
those
get that
drops.
going for sure.
Yeah, put in the
But yeah,
comments
this
what y'all
battle
want
was
to drop next.
crazy.
Yeah, Royalty, man, definitely
This
one of those
battle
up and
was
comers.
a breakout moment for royalty.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
know, to be on that Monopoly card and to execute how he did all 3 rounds, it was nasty.
Yeah,
It was nasty. He's ready. Like royalty, he's ready for something crazy. He just got to stay consistent. If he can do that every
yeah,
time, and not let this shit get to him, not let these moments get too big for him, he gonna be a problem.
yeah. I think so too, man. I think he's got the performance down, the aggression down, a lot of those intangibles that a lot of people have trouble with. I think he's got those down. Um, I remember first seeing him, man. He was on like West Coast Elites or something like that for his first battle. I think he had like 2 chokes or something like that in his first bout. Now he's getting through his material clean. He's polished. He's really focused. So I think he's got the hunger and the focus that you need to take your career forward and really do a lot in battle rap. As long as the bars keep improving, he's capable of big moments. He's capable of the haymakers. As long as the bars keep improving, he's going to be able to compete with anybody up there. He's going to be, one of the top guys out here. We're lucky to be, to be rocking with him.
Nah, for sure. I remember when he first popped out, he was on, you know, the no studio and battles where they were just battling on a beat,
Yeah, I
and I
remember
think it
that.
was like 60-second rounds, and I think
Yeah.
that's where he really got popping in the Western Conference, and
Yep.
like,
That's right.
boom, there it is.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Shout outs, Mel, man. Yeah, we we need a little slap battle, man.
No, we definitely
He
shout out
needs
my
that
dog.
kid, man. Yeah, man.
Shout out Lil Slap.
That's the biggest star on the West Coast right now, man. Forget Geach, forget
Dog,
Rum,
he's
Danny.
the
That is the
highest.
guy right there.
Lil Slap is the highest viewed, like one of the highest viewed West Coast battle rappers, or just one of the highest viewed battle rappers in general.
Yeah.
You know, from a YouTube standpoint, like his battles do crazy numbers, and he's just getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Facts.
they kind of lined up his homie that last battle. That was kind of fucked up, but like
What do you
he
mean?
definitely need because like it was his man's, like that was his boy, but like they was trying to like make it work or whatever. But like he
Oh, you're
canned
talking
him.
about the one he just did like 2 weeks ago.
The the one he just did, like the homie was fighting for like maybe the first round. He was fighting a little bit, but Lil
Okay.
Slap came with that ruckus, man.
I gotta see that, man.
Lil
I
Slap
didn't
is
catch that
dangerous.
battle. I didn't get to go to that event. Um, and I didn't hear too much about it afterwards. But that's good to hear, man. Like that kid, he's like what 11 years old or something like that, 10 years old, going crazy. Um, I wish I started that young, man. I wish I started, doing anything that young, man. I was still just messing around playing video games and stuff like that. But I wish we. You ever wish you started doing this kind of thing when you were that young, man?
Man, if I had somebody that was just like gonna put me in the game and like help me out with all
Yeah.
that shit, like yeah, we need more of that. Like shout out to Big Slap,
Mm-hmm. That was shout out to Big
showing that
Slap,
he
man.
really did taking the whole situation into his own hands and putting his people in position. Man, I love it.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Yeah. Melman said again, Lil Slap gonna run battle rap by 16, bro. Facts. Like what he's done already in like his first year of battle rap, what he's gonna do in like 5 years from now, bro. He's crazy. He can be like chess, dude. He's gonna be if he keeps on improving and works on the pen and stuff like that. He could be like the next chess or one of the next DNA. DNA was like 16 when he started battle rapping.
Yeah. Now this is like a whole nother thing. This youth movement, like these
Yeah.
kids, like they're super interesting, and like I'm interested to see like a whole event just of youth. You know, kids that are 12, 13, like that little slap range. Like I'd love to see a whole event
Mm-hmm.
and see what these guys can put together. I definitely want to get involved, and get these guys started because I'm a max preps guy. Like I'm a max preps, like go scout who's the top basketball player. Let me go find them at like 8, 9, 10 years old. Like I'm that type of
Mm-hmm.
person. So
Facts.
like if we could add that to battle rap, like that's ridiculous.
We didn't get to chop it up about Volume 9. We didn't get to run our
Oh
recap earlier this week and
shit.
stuff like that, but I want to talk to you about that one, man.
Yo,
I've been to a lot of volumes and stuff like that, man, and this may not be like overall the best one or whatever, but it had some of the best moments I've seen, some of the best bars that I've heard, some of the best performances that I've seen. This had some of that. So
nah.
let's go down the list and talk about how we could how we can what's it called, kind of recap that one.
Yeah, hella moments in Volume 9, bro. This shit was ridiculous. We were in the building. They had a nice sized crowd in there. But the shit
Mm-hmm.
was lit. The shit was lit. I think Brandon and Suge was the first battle,
Mm-hmm.
and that shit just started like that shit was a banger, like right off top. Like
Yeah.
Brandon came out in the first smoking shit. I really like Suge second, how he was doing his thing and kind of felt like he was getting back into the groove of things. That battle is definitely a fire battle, debatable battle. Fucking,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be debated for a while. They need to drop that. I wish that like that one for sure. Like I wish it was on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
Brandon versus Suge, like some shit like that.
Yeah, man, that
Definitely
was a
deserves
good
to be on
battle.
YouTube.
I got in a little late, so I think they were one round in by the time I got in there. I think Suge had just finished up his second round. Um, but when I saw Brandon go and he finished up his second round, I saw people going in like 1-1. I saw the whole crowd kind of going 1-1 going into the third, and then Brandon delivers a really good third round, and Suge did his thing, but I had Brandon winning that third round. And I'm like, okay, so you just 2-1. Like, okay, so you just 2-1 shotgun Suge. I think it's being highly debated right now. I looked at the numbers afterwards. Shotgun Suge and Real Name Brandon have the smallest margin of error, not margin of error, but the smallest percentage of difference in the caffeine votes.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else's battle had like 10%, 15%, 20% difference and stuff like that for some of the bodies that were like Surf and Twork. It was like 30% difference. I think Brandon and Suge's battle had like an 8% difference in the votes, 8% favoring Suge, but they had the smallest difference in their caffeine votes, which shows just how much that battle, which just shows how close that battle was.
Yeah.
So overall, good battle. I remember when Geach battled Suge, man. Geach battled Suge, and then his career kind of took off after that. And I hope the same thing happens to Brandon. Suge is just one of those dudes you got to go through. He's a gatekeeper. You got to see him before you proceed on, and you got to get past him. And I think Brandon did a good job, and I'm looking forward to the plates that they line him up with in the future. I think he's got a bright future, man. It's a zoo out here.
Yeah, dog. Shout out to Brandon, dog. Incredible 2021. I think he's in the top 10 for the champion ballot too.
Really?
So yeah, shout out to that man, killing him. Can't wait for next year.
Absolutely. And then the next one, we had the ladies, man. The ladies went the fuck off. So we had Vixen the Assassin versus Casey J. And
Vixen went off. Vixen took off in the
bruh,
first.
bruh,
Holy shit! In the
bruh.
building, that shit was amazing.
So I saw that one all the way through. The first round, Casey goes first. And she's rapping for a while, but she's got good angles, good bars. She's doing a good job. It was a complete round, like 8 or 9 out of 10 for a round, right? She did a good job in the first round. And you're like, man, like Vixen's got to come with some shit, man, because she's trying to get a win. She's working hard. She's aggressive. Like you cannot let her get this one like that. Vixen comes with some crazy bars. She's got some haymakers that were ridiculous. Overall, I had her winning the first one. I kind of thought it was like people were saying, we say gentleman's 30. This is like a lady's 30. You know what I'm saying? This is like This is like the Madam's 30 or something like that, to be honest with you, man. Both of them did their shit, but overall, I had Vixen winning. You get to the second round. I thought the second round was the weakest out of all 3 rounds for both of them, but I had Vixen edging that one. Apparently, there's also some rumors going around that Casey and Vixen hooked up or whatever, and now the internet's in a frenzy trying to get that footage.
Yeah.
That footage and Conceited versus, what's the one they always talk about, man? Is Conceited versus Young Ill, the battle that never dropped. The 2 most requested footage of anything right there. Those 2. Casey let that slip, but Vixen says that's not true. Whatever. But going into the third, like battle, I said, bro, it was 2-0. And then third round, bro, I thought Vixen took it still, 3-0.
No, that battle was lit. But after Vixen's first, I was stunned. I was already like, goddamn, like that was like a first round knockout type of situation. Because
I was like, we got a fucking
towards
battle.
the end of her round, when the crowd was exhausted and she was still just throwing haymakers out there, just like. Yeah. This shit was crazy. Like when that battle touches the app, like I think people are gonna have Vixen heavy for sure. I really like how she came back after the Loso shit. I like how she's coming. I like this energy. Like she's a problem. Like she's one of the top. She's top 3, top 5, whatever. Women, whatever you want to say. Like Vixen is that for sure.
Yeah. No, absolutely. She really showed levels. You know what I'm saying? Performance, bars. Like some of the shit she was saying, man, like some of those bars are gonna go down as like, well, those were some of the best we heard that night. You know what I mean? The training day shit that she said, blow her head. I'm putting case on all you bitches. Shit, man, that one was fucking crazy. She was going off. It was unbelievable, honestly. I've never seen Vixen rap live. I've never seen her rap live. And that being the first time, man, I got a great first impression. That really was like one of the performances of the night. Other than a few other people, she really put up performance of the night. Next one was DNA versus Real Sick, which was another really close battle. I don't know, man. The momentum shifted a lot all throughout that battle. I thought I had DNA winning the first round, and then Real Sick kind of stealing it back in the second round, and then going into the third 1-1. And DNA delivering a crazy third round. DNA delivers a crazy third round, and then Real Sick delivers an even crazier third. So I'm going to have to take it to a second watch on that one, but I think the consensus has been like Real Sick 2-1 or something like that, maybe even 3-0, but I'm going to need a second watch on that one. But either way, Real Sick is definitely destined for some bigger things.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, he did his thing. He leveled up. He showed he can go in there and handle a DNA, URL legend. So shout outs to him. I gotta watch that one back for sure.
There's some talk about. I don't know if this battle's already happened already, but there's some talk about Sikh versus like Eazy the Block Captain or something like that. Has that already happened?
Say that again.
Real Sikh versus Eazy the Block Captain. Has that happened yet? They're like from the same class, aren't they?
Was that Snake Eyes versus Eazy?
No, Real Sikh versus Eazy. Has that battle happened yet?
I don't think that's happened. That would be super crazy.
Yeah, and both of them are kind of like best in their class kind of thing. Like I think you're setting up for like a real classic potential right there with the setting up a battle between those two. I think that's something the fans want to see for sure. But the next one after that, how did that? I'm trying to think back to that night, man. That was a long ass day. Was the next battle after that one Eazy? No, yeah, that's right. I was thinking about Eazy and Shine, but Clips versus B-Dot. Definitely not what I expected from that one. Not what I expected with that one at all.
What? Hey, yo, Clips took the fuck off, yo. Clips took off.
He did.
I wasn't expecting that. Clips took off. That shit was crazy. And it was like half freestyle. It was like half freestyle, half prepared. Yep. And it was all sick. It was all lit. Everything was crazy. Yeah. And I think even part of it with the champagne rebuttal and all that shit,
Yeah.
like that shit kind of affected Dot one way or another. B Dot has a B Dot has a skill set that it really works when he nails it. Like it really works when he's perfect, when he just
Yeah.
nails it.
Yeah.
And when he started not being perfect, like
Yeah.
all the machines started kind of fucking up for B
Mm-hmm.
Dot. But I
Yeah,
do think
man.
that those rounds from Clips affected him. Like I do think that he was rocking the room. I do think that like
Yep.
Clips had like an energy that was just different.
Yep.
And when somebody's just coming at you and just nailing every single thing that they're saying, like it's kind of hard
Mm-hmm.
to not be affected by it.
Yeah, man, it was tough. It got dark in there for B Dot. I will completely own up to the fact that I had B Dot winning. Like going into it, I had B Dot winning clear. I predicted that he was going to beat the dog shit out of Clips. I thought this was going to be one of those ones that he had. But going into that battle, man, I think B Dot went first, had a pretty solid round, and then Clips comes in with a pretty good round too. So I wouldn't be surprised if people gave him the first round. The second round obviously was kind of when the wheels fell off for B Dot. I've never really seen that from him. I've never seen that kind of flawed round before. Him stumbling and barely getting through his material. You don't see that too often. So hopefully a one-time thing. Hopefully he's able to get back out there and come with those polished rounds that we know he's capable of. But then Clips comes out in the second round, chokes and stumbles too. But the difference is that Clips is like, oh, what? I stumbled? Like, hold on a second. Like, what's that over there? I'm going to use that in a freestyle. Anything. Oh, well, that? Oh, you're there in the court? Sure. This is where Clips shines, man. That's the veteran in him. It's not just the veteran. It's the legend in him, man. You can't stop him from being great. The greats are always going to shine through no matter what. And he's one of the greats. So,
Clips is an
the
all-time legend, great, all that.
Man, up there, top 5, probably even top 3 all-time freestylers in battle rap, which is some of the stuff that he comes up with offhand is crazy. The whole champagne thing went over so well with the crowd. He was just like begging for something to come up. He'd tell you too, like he's like, man, I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna freestyle about. Champagne said, oh, perfect, champagne, perfect. Man. Hey, KP, if I ever battle rap, remind me to never have champagne in my corner, bro. Remind me to never have champagne in the corner with me.
Champagne better not be behind me. Oh my god.
Geach, man. Geach had her on the podcast the other night. Shouts to Geach, man. No studio, but he was telling her, he's like, man, like you were not supposed to say anything in that moment. The Clips will find anything. It doesn't matter what you say. If he locks in on you, he's freestyling you. That's it. Like you gotta fall back in those situations. But yeah, man, that right there, that little mistake alone cost B Dot that round, because at the end of the day, they both had mistakes. It was just about who delivered the bigger moment. I think Clips did, and he had that round. The third round, I'm not really sure if I remember Clips' third, but I remember B Dot's third being a really strong third round. I think of all the rounds, you might be able to give him that one as well. But Clips, I heard he had a good third or something like that.
If B Dot nails his material just like seamlessly, like he probably the same way that he prepared it, then he might he wins this battle clearly.
Yeah.
But because it went how it went, like goddamn.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely not the prettiest battle, but I feel like Clips kind of pulled it out 2-1, something like that. Not the prettiest battle in the world, but at the end of the day, man, a win's a win. Clips coming into, hostile territory and stuff like that. I was there when somebody I know he wanted to paint it as, oh, like everyone wants me to choke or whatever. When he choked, it was one dude who screamed, yeah. One guy yelled that shit. It wasn't everybody. It wasn't everybody like, oh, yeah, he choked. No, it was one guy who was like, yeah. And everyone laughed at that. And he freestyled about that too. So it wasn't all of us hoping he choked. One guy kind of made a show of it. But anyways, man, the next 2 battles were pretty solid. K-Shine versus Eazy, the block captain, man. That was probably battle of the night for me. Crazy battle. Shine went off, like really kind of a return to form performance for Shine too, because I know he'd had some dry rounds in the last couple of battles. He'd had some battles where it wasn't really the Shine that we knew. I think he did his thing. I think it was a super return to form battle, but I still gave Eazy the battle. no matter what. Like, I think he had the
Easy.
bigger moments, he had the better bars, he had the better performance, aggression, whatever metric you measure this on. He was better the
Bro, the
entire battle.
streets love Easy, bro.
The
It's like
streets
nothing you can do about it.
mess with
Can't
Eazy
do nothing
heavy.
about it. He just talked like
You can't.
just his narrative is that he's coming with. It's fire.
Yep. And
I
he's
had
gonna tell
Easy.
that story. He's gonna tell that story over and over again, man. He is ridiculous. That's
I
another
had
dude.
Easy cleared.
Easy, same, bro.
I
I
want to
never
see
seen him
Easy
before
versus
that
Goods,
too.
man.
Easy versus Goods would be crazy. I caught up with Easy afterwards, actually, after the battle. Go to the Riot Network channel and check out the Easy the Block Captain interview that we did. By the way, I gotta
Yeah, it's
shamelessly
in there.
plug that. I gotta
It's in there.
shamelessly
It's at
plug that
15K.
interview.
It's right there.
What's up? Say that again.
Hell yeah.
What'd you say?
Yeah, it's at 15K. It's right down there. Let's get
You're
it.
you're welcome. But nah, man, like catching up with him was cool. He's a really down to earth dude and stuff like that. Like even I asked him, I'm like, this was one of those battles where it might vault you into, champion of the year type of category and stuff like that. At least into the top 5. How do you feel about it? He's just like, you know what? I want to hear about how they're talking about Surf and all that. I want to hear about how they're talking about Vixen. He said that he's like, I'm gonna wait until I see the impact from this battle before we even get into the debate on the champion of the year and stuff like that. But he looks at his year and he thinks he did a great job, and I agree. And that battle he did great. Shine was throwing everything he had at him, man. The bars, the angles, personals. He was throwing everything he had, and Eazy was just took it all, threw it right back at him harder. So Eazy's one of those dudes, man. You want to see him do everything. They're talking about him versus Geach. Someone's got to set that up, man.
That's a blockbuster.
Somebody's got to set that up.
That's a blockbuster.
Eazy looks like how Geach came in when Geach first came in. The way Eazy came in and the way the wave that he's built reminds me a lot of the wave that Geach built when he had his first big year on URL and won champion of the year. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him steal it. Yeah.
Just everybody showing mad love, no resistance really to like this person getting over the top,
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shouts to Mel, man. He said, Eazy cleaning up dot mob. Mook need to stop ducking. I asked him about that too. He said, hey, man, Mook knows what time it is. Mook, he said he's outside for it. If Mook is outside, Eazy's outside, man. They announced that one. They teased it. They ended up not doing that battle on the Drake card, but I would love to see that battle.
2 battles next year, Mook. Just give me the Eazy and give me the Briz. That's all I need. The culture will. I'm telling you, that's all we need. Mook, just give us 2. Just give us those 2.
Yep.
I ain't tripping.
Facts, man. I really, really hope they end up setting that one up. I think Eazy deserves it. I think he should definitely get in there with Mook. If Geach can see Lux, then Eazy could see Mook, honestly. Like, I think he can, have another battle or 2 next year, put up numbers, and then Summer Madness comes around, and it'll be time for him to see Mook. I think it'd be dope to see. But overall, man, I'm really excited to see what Eazy has coming up next. I'm looking forward to what he has in 2022. The last battle, man, New Jersey Twork versus Sue Surf. I'm conflicted about this one. I'll be honest with you, man. I know who I have clear. It was Surf clear all 3 rounds. However, I'm going to say this, man. The material, when Twork was able to get through his material, he had some bars, man. That if he was able to get through all those rounds clear, it would have been debatable at least, because he had some shit all 3 rounds. So it's tough to see Twork, man. It's tough to see Twork not do well, because all you want him is to do good. You know what I'm saying? He shows legendary potential when he's on point. But then, of course, he's going to choke and he's going to stumble. He's going to have a hard time. So, it's tough to see one of your favorite guys, one of the new guys really going off. But at the same time, how many times do we got to go through this with Twork?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Surf was a monster, man. Like, just like kind of reminded me of the Summer Madness performance again. Like all over, just crazy, all 3. And like, you could just tell, like, when he's lit and his fucking eyes is popping out of his skull, fucking, it'll be fucking a concert outside if I scream rolling loud.
Oh my God!
That shit
That
was
is one of
mad
the
though.
toughest bars I've ever heard. Oh my God. I'm like, how has no one said that? How has he never said that in the last 10 years? How has no one ever said that in a rap battle? Insane.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
yeah.
Man,
Well, that's
he
the
is
thing.
just going
Rolling
off.
Loud is only like Rolling Loud's fairly new, so they're only like
That's true.
4 or 5 years old. So like that was like a relevancy bar right there. But it just hit.
Yeah.
Everybody's familiar with
No,
that shit. So that
Rolling
shit hit.
Loud, the Rolling Loud Twitter retweeted him. They posted that clip of
Yeah,
him.
yeah, because that's how lit it was. Like they got to
That's
get a piece. Like
legendary.
yo, like that's marketing for them. Like at the end of the day,
I was seeing some stuff on Twitter of Surf kind of pulling the vet move with Twork, where he basically he was telling him the whole time leading up to it, oh, you can't win without a strapped in. You're gonna need 3 of those strapped ins and this and that. You're gonna have to bring all the strapped ins. And then he gets the face off and and Twork's like, you know what? I didn't even bring it strapped in. I can beat you without it. And Surf is just like, good. That's what I was hoping for that. So he kind of vet moved him a little bit into thinking you can beat him without it, but there was no strap in that night. I think Twork kind of realized that going into the 30s. Like, man, I probably should have had like a strapped in or something like that, a signature move. Surf brought out the lock pick the door. He brought that out. We haven't seen that in years. Surf was throwing everything he had at Twork. He was not gonna let the young guy shine, man, for real.
nah, that's like kind of the overtone of the whole event. I feel like the Smack and Beasley must have sat with the motherfuckers. Like, look, you fucking the new era, Smack
Yeah,
era. Like, y'all better hold it down. Like,
yeah,
so for the most part, like Smack era came through.
yeah. I agree. I think the vets did pretty well.
I think Vixen and
Yeah,
Casey are both pretty much new era. They
yeah,
didn't battle like a woman from like the Smack era, so to say.
yeah. I mean, to be
But
fair, man, that battle had been building up for like 3 years and stuff like that,
that
man,
battle
since
should have
they came
happened in
in.
the summer. That
Yep,
should have happened summer madness or in the summer. Something should have cracked off.
yeah,
They kind of lost steam on that one for sure.
yep.
But yeah, salute to all that shit. We like 35 minutes into this. We did a good job with that. We might come back tomorrow and do another post premiere recap for whatever drops tomorrow. Shout out my dog
Facts.
Ethan, man. Happy holidays to you.
Yep.
Fucking Merry
Merry
Christmas to
Christmas, man.
everybody in the chat. Mailman, Bread,
Shouts to y'all for coming through, man.
Bumpy. We got to get all y'all guys up here, man. Moving forward in the next week and 2022, man.
Let's
Everybody
do
stay
that, man.
focused. Let's get this guala. Let's do what the fuck we got to do, man. Love.
Yep. Keep watching No Studio and man, keep watching the Riot for any new interviews that we drop, more content. I got some dope stuff brewing for the Riot channel, so definitely keep in tune with what we got dropping in the next couple weeks in the coming months. And commencing it 2022, man, that's going to be our first big event of this year, so stay tuned for that.
Let's get it.
Facts. All right, bro. Peace out.
Yep.